she's very open, and so she shares her story and her past and her struggles, which I believe is really the key of this business. The heart of this business is sharing with people who you really are. So I talk to Megan often, really, really often since she started. And there's a few things that have really stood out that I see as her having the success that she's having. And for one, has a very clear vision of exactly where she wants her life to be. And I mean, really clear. So she has a vision board on there, exactly what she wants, when she wants it. She's huge on personal development since the beginning. Hours and hours in the day. Hours. She was already passionate about health and fitness, which helps. She is really, really knowledgeable about nutrition, and just doesn't hold back in sharing her conviction and her passion for what people should and shouldn't be eating and why. And so, taking a strength of hers and really leading with that. So what I wanted Megan to talk about tonight is the power of creating a really clear vision from the get-go, from day one, what you want, not where you are, not your circumstances now, but what you want, and dropping the how is it going to happen, and just belief and feeling. And I wanted her to talk about how she just cultivates joy and shares it, and how she's really raw about sharing her past and her story and her struggles. Megan's done live videos from day one, 2 or 3 or 4, if not more, a week, where she just talks about what she's eating, or she talks about how she was once addicted to Xanax, a drug addiction, and what it did to her and how it affected her. So I think just learning from her how holding back those secrets and holding back the stuff that you may not want to share, like Allie has talked about before, is really holding back from helping people. And that's what we're here to do. So I'm going to turn it over, let Meg share her journey a little bit, and let her share with us what she's doing. And also at the end, a call to action of how we're all going to create some vision boards going into 2017.
Okay. Hi. Okay. Can you hear me good?
Yeah.
Okay. I started school at IIN, and so I already started on wanting to become a health coach and for nutrition. And so like this is my book of like all my goals and everything that I've already wrote down. So I have like 3-4 things of different ways. Like I bought my business cards a long time ago, and I hand them out at the park, and I get people that way. There's all sorts of things. Like from the get-go, I knew when I got off Xanax and I'm getting divorced, that I knew that it was time to get my butt in gear. So to start supporting myself. So if you have no vision or no customized strategy to follow, it equals confusion, overwhelm, frustration, and a ton of wasted time, money, and energy. That's how I feel. So one thing I have always struggled with is fear. Tons and tons of fear. So with that, personal development I do all the time, daily, all the time. The Secret is my favorite thing ever. And why I work, I know it's going to sound crazy, but I have The Secret playing as I work, because it's like the only thing that I can really talk myself out of a lot. So I just try to keep it real positive a lot, all the time. I have to. Because I can really, really, anytime I haven't made, I've only made Success Club 10 once, but I'm going to make it more. But the only reason why I didn't make it is because I talked myself out of it. Because I did really good one month, and then I'm like, oh, I can't do that. I can't do that again. And so I didn't. So I can be really, really negative in my head. But writing down goals and what you want, the time frame, and how you're going to get them, taking the steps to do it. Like, I didn't even have a business, but I had my business cards, because it's taking that step for me to saying I have a business. I got my name, my LLC, all that stuff done. So I'm stating to the universe that I have a business. I put it out there. I have my business and I'm ready to take action. Whether I knew what I was going to do or not, getting my name, Mega Life, that was important to me because it's stating that here I am. I have my business. So just taking those little things like that before you even know what you're doing, I think that has helped me a lot too. And then I've made vision boards. This was my first vision board. It's crazy. It's a lot. That's my brain work. It's a lot. And I didn't know what I wanted. I just knew I wanted to be healthy and not be sick ever again. So now I recently made my new vision, or another vision board. And made sure not to make it so crazy. And this time I put Beachbody and Shakeology on there. Wrote my $1 million check. Did all that good stuff. Because it kind of gave me a little more focus on how I was going to get there. Because my first vision board, that's how my brain is. It's a lot of stuff in there. So one thing I've noticed, like my brother-in-law, he did a vision board a long time ago. And he had all these materialistic stuff, but he didn't put anything about his health. And he got diagnosed with cancer, 2 forms of cancer. He had got all that money and all that good stuff, but he forgot to put, spirituality or God or his health. All he just focused on was material stuff. So, I can't tell anyone how to do a vision board, but make sure you sum up everything. Don't forget health. That's all I can say, because it was really hard to watch him go from, he got all the stuff he wanted on this vision board, but then the cancer, But so that's one thing I focus on, is making sure I have all aspects on my vision board too. If anyone hasn't watched The Secret, which I'm sure everyone has, please do. It's the best. Okay, and then what else do I share? I don't know what else that you want me to share.
Meg, do you watch The Secret every day, or do you listen to it? What are you saying? Like, is it audio, or do you watch the movie?
No, movie. It's on, but if I'm not watching it while I'm working, I have it playing, so it's playing, so it's audio. I can still hear it. It just makes me so happy. When I hate it because I've been through a lot. I've seen a murder. Like, I've seen some harsh crap, So going back to that place where everything can be okay, that's a big thing.
Mm-hmm. So just in what Megan already said, here's 3 things I pick up on. She had a vision before she had a how. And I think this is where people get a little lost, especially if you tend to be someone that uses I think it's the right side of the brain. I don't know. I don't even have one. But it's where a lot of logic lies. Clay has one for both of us. So it's where everything has to be mapped out, and you'll look at, I remember actually the guy that Allie's using right now, recruiting, what's his name, Kel? Can you help me?
Josh Coates.
Yeah, so Josh Coates had mentioned this on that awesome call we were on. He said he'll talk to coaches and they'll tell him their goals, but they'll say, well, I don't, right now in my downline, I have this and this and this. That is the worst thing that you can do, because you've already put out to this. I'm sure you guys pick up on the fact that Megan is very spiritual. Okay. So her vision has nothing to do with her circumstances. She literally crafts it out of nowhere. Her heart. No, seriously, her heart. So when we started this journey together, and she's very similar to me, there's things that really confuse her. Like, she's not, neither of us are really techie savvy. So there's all these limitations that we could, she could focus on, but she just focuses on a constant feeling, a constant renewing of a feeling of and it's not, I think it's not mumbo jumbo, because really it's law of attraction.
Yeah.
It's law of attraction. It's what you're feeling, what you speak, what you think is literally what you create. So, and I know it's hard. So you have to keep playing that different message in your head. Like, if you even go a day without listening to that or personal development, you're going to be then focusing your business on what it is right now, or what your downline looks right now, or what your SE points are right now. And what happens is you already declared subconsciously or consciously to stay right where you are. So something you can take away from Megan is she declares victory before it's ever there.
You know what? When I talk to people too, because I can come across very excited, because I am usually really excited. But so when I talk to people too, the first thing I do is I send them when we start talking, I send them that Les Brown retrain your mind kind of thing. So if we've already kind of established a relationship, I send that to them like, hey, will you do motivational stuff? And they'll be like yes or no, or and I'll send them that Les Brown retrain your mind. And then that kind of especially when they say they're broke and they can't afford something, I always send that, and then they listen to that, and that kind of helps them start thinking different. And then I always suggest, hey, have you ever watched The Secret? And I have a bunch of girls I have quite a few girls who are already changing their mind frame and already posting on social media now, different outlook on stuff. So maybe I haven't shown because they couldn't afford it. So they're like, I've already changed their mindset. So now I see them posting just they'll never, just stuff from The Secret. I'm like, yes, and then now they're feeling like they can afford it. And now they're thinking of ways of how they can get a friend, and they're having their friend watch The Secret, have them, listen to Les Brown. And that's how maybe they didn't sign yet, but they're going to sign in a couple weeks. I know it. I see their social media. They're already changing their mind frame. And just from going from, I can't afford it, let's think of how you can. It's been really cool, watching people. It's so much more than just shake all. It's so cool to watch people, their minds change, and watch it on their social media. I'm like, holy shit. That's cool. That's better than anything. And then I'm establishing that trust. And even with people in our group, anyone who's on my team, that's how I start with them, is I start making a vision board, or I've done a vision board with my coaches, and it was hard to get them to do it on their own. I had to go over there, yes, but getting them to do their vision board was important. So it's something that I really want to create, because I think once the vision's there, the universe is going to it's going to happen. If you wake up every day seeing it, it's happening. And if you have that feeling of joy and happiness, that's what your life is. It's joy and happiness. I just withdrew from Xanax for 13 years. I was on it, and I'm good, and I'm happy as crap. So, I don't know if crap's happy, but I'm happy. So, it works. All this law of attraction, it does work. When you're happy, it comes through. It definitely does. So, okay, I'm done.
It's so true, is that I think that it's overcomplicated a lot. I think it's really, and I know this was at leadership. I wasn't even there, but I watched a couple YouTubes, and it's important to joy set. When you're asking people to join you and you're asking people to come on this journey, they don't really need to know exactly what you do. But if they see that, I think the key there is if they see that you're happy, if they see that you have freedom, if they see that you have abundance and joy, and it's like Megan said, it's so much more than Shakeology. It's so much more than money. It's just so much more. And when they feel that, that's what people are attracted to. That's the law of attraction. So you and then how do you cultivate that within yourself? Easy. The vital behaviors. There's no way, if you're eating clean, you're not happy. That's what I say. There's no way, if you're just eating your diet and eating Shakeology is like a happy pill, you're going to be happy, right? So I think the joy of Megan is that she makes it so uncomplicated. She makes it so uncomplicated. We want to learn this. There's nothing really more it's really just the vital behaviors and a vision and finding that joy and growing yourself. And then it's coming to you. It's coming to you. It's just so simple. And we really, really overcomplicate it. And I do too. I do too. I take fault for that, but I don't think it's as complicated as we make it. I think if you're having the joy and you're running with it, then you're going to cultivate it. You're going to bring it towards you. So I don't have a vision board. I did one the beginning of this year. And where I totally messed up is I made it on the computer. So that's not my jam. And I think it's so important to have it. And I've never done this, and I need to do it. I think we all should do it. And Goal said, I need to have it just like Megan's, a board right in front of me that I wake up and I see and I'm looking at it. And that's what I'm bringing to fruition. I think that would be a great action step for all of us to create an old school, buy some magazines. What's the car you want to drive? What's the income you want to make weekly? And just like Megan said, what's the health you want to have? I just did this week, and I was sharing it with just the three of us in the leadership group. I've never had a picture of a goal body. Like, that's crazy, right? So I found this girl, I already had seen her on Instagram, of like, that's my body. Like, she has it, and I should have it. She's obviously done the work for it, right? I'm like, that's my body. I could have that friggin' body. And I took a picture of it, and I'm going to put that on my vision board. But just in a week, I swear, I feel like my body is looking like that body. I'm going to get it. Just by looking at her every day, like, manifest. Yes, yes. And I go, Clay, look at my legs. My legs are looking like that girl. Like, they're not. I'm nowhere close. But I'm manifesting it. So the power of looking at what you want, guys, is so powerful. It's so powerful. I think it's really, really something that we need to do in this business, in our lives, and period, right? And you can put it off. So here's the thing about this. I've put off making a vision board, and you have to dig deep. Why? Why do you think someone would put it off, Megan? Do you have an answer for that?
I don't know. I just want to get it now. I don't know why you do it. Like, as soon as I knew that this stuff, I'm like, oh yes, I'm on it. And then I'm making everyone else. So I don't know. I don't know why.
Kel, do you think that you have an answer to that? Why you would put it off? What?
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Why you would put it off?
Yeah.
I think maybe it has something to do with belief in yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, maybe you just don't believe that you can get there, or you're not thinking outside the box enough. I mean, you got to think big, and have that faith. And there's power in your words.
Oh, yeah.
So when you have that vision board, but then you're also speaking out, when you're looking at it every day and you're speaking things into existence, you're speaking that into existence. But if you don't even have it to look at, and then either pray upon it or envision it, speak things out of your mouth, then you're not giving power to it. You're not giving life to it, and that is because you probably you might not just have that confidence or belief that you can actually do it.
Mm-hmm. That's yeah. So, we know we talk about
Yeah.
To be honest, everything that I've put on my board has not come to pass. There's things on there that has, there's things that haven't. And that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because at least I'm working towards it, and it would be not productive if I didn't even know what I was working towards or what I was thinking or what I was wanting, because then you don't understand. Then the daily actions you keep putting off because you don't place that value on why you're doing the actions.
Mm-hmm.
And like the days just turn into weeks, and the weeks turn into months, and then you've fallen back, you've fallen short, and
yeah.
So you got to have that clear vision and the clear why, so that you get up and do hard things. You get up and you push, and because you believe in why you're doing it.
I heard about this story once that this girl, she was a single girl and she just wanted to be married. You know, she just wanted the right partner, hadn't found the right partner, just wanted to.
Is that me? Are you talking about me, Alex?
No, I swear. I'm not, Kel. This isn't a book, I swear. But you gain from this. It was a personal development book. I think it was called In the Meantime. I actually read this way before I was a coach, in a really hard time in my life. It's a really great book. It's called In the Meantime. And when you're kind of like in like a area of your life, you're kind of stuck in whatever area that is a really great book. I don't know the author, but it starts with a Y. So you could Amazon. But she talked about this girl, and she said her word said she wanted to be married, and her word said she wanted a partner. But when you went into her home, there was no room for it. Her closet was full of her stuff. Her house, her life was perfectly set up for just one person. So this person came in that helped, and he said, where would he go? Where would this partner go? So he took half of her stuff out of her closet, and the closet was just bare. And he took some of the stuff out of the cabinet that would maybe have, I don't know, man stuff in it. You know, if you have a man living with you, you know, he messes up your whole thing here. So, and within 6 months, she met the man of her dreams, and they were married, blah, blah. And the point was, that thing in your life, I get goosebumps. I don't know what it is for everyone, and it's not always just Beachbody. But are you really making room for it? Is there room in your life now, energy in your life now that would allow it? Does that make sense to everybody? Like,
yeah, my mom yells at me all the time. Do you really think that you have time to give somebody, because you're so obsessed with work? You're so obsessed with what you do. Like, do you really think that you could actually give somebody the time that they need to grow in a relationship with you? I'm like, yeah.
Well,
Mom.
I mean, what are you supposed to do in the meantime?
Right.
I don't know about that, but I think there's energy. It's just like talking about the feng shui. If your house is up, I think that there's something to be said for being maybe stuck in your ways, and declaring that you want something, but there really isn't any room in your home or your life or whatever for it. So it can be the same thing in our business. You know, we can say, I'll give an example. This is good. Me and Monica always say this. Days we've been really overwhelmed and really stressed, we go, how could we be 15-star? I'm freaking out here. I'm freaking out. I can't have another coach ask me another question. I can't answer another challenger's question. And really what we just did was we blocked what we say we want, because we've told ourselves now, oh, we're overwhelmed now. Oh my God, how's it going to be when but that's why, exactly what Kelly said, your vision, you may not have attained all of it, but you're working towards it. So by the time I am that 15-star diamond, I am going to handle it. I am going to do it well, because God had lined up all these things in place for me to be that person that can handle it. And by the time you do get that husband, you do have that baby, whatever it may be, God has the timing. So, you know, I could look at my business right now and be frustrated and block all of the good that's coming, because I've been doing this 3 years, and look at someone that's way past me. But that's not my story. You know, it's everybody's story is different. I wouldn't have been ready a year ago for more. Sean got diagnosed with Soto syndrome. I was alone. Like, so just be reaching towards it and be going after it. But I think it's important. The joy that Megan puts out to social media and puts out there is that I get goosebumps to this too. She's been happy in every stage. She was so friggin' happy when she was Emerald. Now she's going to be so ecstatic reaching this next goal. And then when she gets a coach that becomes Emerald and Diamond, she's just like so friggin' happy all the time. It's almost like, whoa, man.
No.
Just like, but that's the point. That is the point, is enjoying the journey is what people are attracted to. So if you're frustrated where you are, how can people come along with you? So just, nobody knows. Just like, I really think on top of a vision board that as a team and you should joy set and decide what in your life needs your attention and what makes you happy. I've been doing much better at that in the last 2 months, and it's been completely changing my life. Honestly, guys, as I just started asking myself, if after a while, like if it's not making me happy, I just don't do it. And then I go do something that makes me so happy. And then I can come back to the things I have to do so much happier. And if you're if you're like pounding your head against the wall and doing things that don't make you happy, I mean, it's hard to attract what we want, if that makes sense. So joy setting is really important.
Can I say something about that? Okay, so with the social media, with inviting, I do that. I have my conversations going. I'm building relationships. But for me, I mean, I'll do at least 5 a day, 10 a day maybe. Mm-hmm. But what I do better is I go to, even though I get scared, really scared, I go give my cards and I ask people. So in the morning and at night, I go to the park across the street and I show my pictures there. I go, hey, do you want to show? And I'm like, I have a story too. And I show my before and after, like, oh, wow. And I'm like, yeah.
She's the nightly park walker.
I'm so creepy. I don't care. You know what? I heard a girl. I forgot her name.
I do. Everywhere I go, I tell people. I mean, I'm talking to people in Publix.
Yeah.
I'm talking to people wherever.
Do it, because you know what? My friend or Haseen, he does this program too, and he said to me, "What is the worst they could?" So I was like, "I'm scared. I'm scared." He was like, "What's the worst they could say? No? Like, what are they gonna do?" Yeah. Like. And I'm like, oh my God. So you know what the hardest one though was to go up to and ask? I'll tell you the hardest one. At the park, she's like real pretty, really fit. And like, you're like, oh man, she wouldn't be, like it's easier to walk up to someone who could probably really use it, but someone who's like you look like got it together. That was the scariest one for me to walk up to. I went back to my car it was so funny. I went home. I came back the next day. Finally, I just did it. And I mean, I did it real awkwardly too. I was so weird. I'm such a weirdo. But I did it. That's the thing. It was just like, if I don't do this, I'm just going to sit here and not go further in my business. So what's the point? Like, just go for it.
Yeah.
Like, that's where I'm at. Like, and a girl said that. She said, if you do have cards, or if you don't, she got a number at Costco, that her one thing was to talk to someone at Costco while she was at the store and get a number, or get her on Facebook, or something like that. So just meeting new people and just going for it. Because it's going to only keep me from not getting any further in my business. So that makes me happy, really happy. Like the social media thing, it drives me a little crazy. But so I feel a lot better and free and happy when I go do that. And then I can come back and do the social media. Because I'm like, oh, okay, I got to invite through Messenger. But, I do both. So,
yeah. I think it really the inviting trips people up. And the thing about it is that, I don't know, maybe it's hard for me to get. I just always like, if you feel this great, why would you not want to tell everybody?
You're good though, because you invited me. You're good. My invite's very like, hey, like, it's amazing. Like, I'm such a weird.
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it can be a little too much for people. Trust me, it's a little much. Yeah.
You don't think I'm too much for people?
It's never too much, because if you look around, everybody is miserable.
I know, right? I know. And they're like,
and they are miserable. People are miserable. And you come around with this bright ass smile, these big blue eyes, and they're like,
I want some of that.
Yeah, man.
Well, I used to be that miserable girl. I used to be that girl. When I was on pills, I was just like that. So I would have been like, F you. If someone would have said something, I'd be like, yeah. I didn't like to even think that there was another option but being sick.
Right.
I didn't think there was another option. Like, I didn't know. I had no clue. So I try to refrain from being so so me, because it can be overwhelming, I think, to someone who's in a dark place. So I try to like I said, I try to like introduce them to Les Brown, like that one, Retrain Your Mind. That one's really good. Like it's like a 15-minute one. And people, when they listen to it, I mean, they feel kind of, because it says, I'll never be broke again, you know, that kind of thing. And write it down. It kind of gets them in that power of writing things down. And I've never had a bad response when I do that for some reason. And
I think that you knowing your story though, and that's the thing, like when you go to invite people, reminding yourself that you were that person, like you were that negative person, or like that's what I always do to get past whatever fear. I always remind myself of who I used to be and how much this has changed me. Like when I would watch Kelly on Facebook, it really was like I always say, yes, I was attracted to her six pack. I looked at her and I was like, I want to look like that. But
six pack then.
Yeah, you did. More than me after 3 babies. But the point was, I was really, honestly, when I thought about it, what I was attracted to was joy.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I was attracted to someone that was living, loving themselves, feeding themselves right. She was doing things that I wish that I was doing and I wasn't doing. And I needed help doing it. And so when we hold back from inviting, it's so sad. It honestly breaks my heart because that's what we're holding back from giving to someone. And what if that wasn't given to me? I would still be her. And that's not pretty. So you got to get a different, I think, philosophy on inviting. And then that will allow you to do it without worrying. I mean, what is the worst thing? The worst thing has probably happened to me. I promise you. And it doesn't. I'm okay with it. I mean, this one girl was like, F you, I'll give you some nutrition advice. And I was like, okay, is that a no? So you don't want to join my challenge group? Like, it's going to be okay. That's, she's not in a good place in her life, but you planted a seed and that's all that matters. So just get past that stuff. But we only have 3 minutes. So action-based to what Megan has said is let's not just listen to another call. Let's take action. We have less than 2 months before 2017 starts. Create a vision. Please, please. Me too. I'm dedicated this weekend. My problem is I always say I'm going to do this after I do this. That's my problem. I would say I got to hit Success Club and then I'll do this. I got to do this and then I'll do this. No, I'm changing that. I have to do things that it's going to cultivate and bring that. So I am dedicated to making a vision board by this weekend and seeing that every day. And I'm also like to write down some joy setting goals, the things that really make me happy, bring life to me, and just doing more of those. So I think as a team, if we do that, it'd be pretty cool and we could share it with each other. I think what holds me back from a vision board for me is like, I have so many thoughts. Like, did you feel like that? And you don't know like what to put on there or what's more important. I don't,
Just put Beachbody. I didn't put that on my last one. So this time I put Shakeology and Beachbody on there too.
Yeah.
Just go for it.
Go because we have less than 1 minute. Awesome call, Meg. Congratulations on all your success and your hard work and everybody else.
Thanks.
Bye, guys.
Yeah, great call, Megan. Good job.
Night.
Night, guys. I hope it recorded.
It's recording. I see the light.
Yeah, I signed on, made myself the host, and recorded it.
I hope you feel better, Mon.
I feel great. What are you talking about?
Okay.
Night. Bye.
All right, Shawnee.